It's Sunday, June 6th. Friday, a federal judge in California overturned a 3-decade-old ban on assault weapons. The judge ruled that it violated the constitutional right to bear arms. District Court Judge Roger Benitez of San Diego ruled that the state's definition of illegal military-style rifles unlawfully deprives law-abiding Californians of weapons commonly allowed in most other states and by the Supreme Court. I want to claim that under any kind of scrutiny, this law can no longer survive. But he gave the California Attorney General 30 days to appeal the case. California, Gavin Newsom, who's under his own pressure, condemned the decision, claiming it put innocent Californians in jeopardy. Meanwhile, the judge went on to say that this assault rifle is nothing more than a Swiss Army knife. It's a perfect weapon for home defense and for homeland defense also. It's good both for the home and for a battle. Now, the battle is raging in this country. In this country, we are fighting two pandemics. COVID-19, which we have under reasonable control right now. But there is no control on gun violence. And I have ranted several times in the past months or so about the gun killing that goes on. Every single day somebody's getting killed for no reason at all. In Miami last week, 3 people jumped out of a car and started killing people who were coming out of a concert. Is that homeland defense? Is that what we need weapons for? To kill other people as fast and as many as we can? It's a ridiculous ruling. The case should have been thrown out of court. The minute it shows up in court, it should have been thrown out. For 3 decades, this law is on the books. And now we have an asshole judge who decides it's against the Second Amendment, and that's based upon what other states do? Nobody should be basing anything on what other states do. And California has the most people in the country living in that state. So you're going to turn all these lunatics loose against a giant population. And I can tell you right now, I don't even have to look in the newspapers anymore, but in a couple of weeks we'll see some more mass killings in California. And we'll look at this judge and he will smile and say, it's only a Swiss Army knife. And a Swiss Army knife, you can't do that much damage. You got to get close to your victim. You got to look them in the eyes. It's ridiculous. Anyhow, we know this ruling will be appealed and we'll see what happens. But meanwhile, just the mere thought that some crazy judge kills the ban on assault rifles. It's been on the books since 1989. And it's had multiple updates to the law since then. And the legal definition of an assault rifle is that they are more dangerous than other firearms, and that they are used more often in crimes and mass shootings and against law enforcement. And maybe that's what the judge is doing. He wants to put more police in danger. And these rifles result in more casualties. Now, the state attorney general office argued that barring them furthers the state's important public safety interests. So now this judge has overturned the ban, and I believe what the attorney general has said. He has put many more lives in jeopardy by doing this. So isn't there some kind of balance between the constitutionality of something and public safety? You know, it's kind of like free speech, but you can't yell fire in a movie theater. So yes, we have a constitution that says you have the right to bear arms, but there's no clear definition of what that means. So we're going to allow people to carry around bazookas or submachine guns, because that's what the equivalent of this assault rifle is. This is no Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army knife, if you want to kill somebody, you got to get really close and look that person in the eye. This thing, you can stand across the street and shoot as many people down as you can find. And yet, Benitez says it's only a Swiss Army knife, and he disagrees. The judge doesn't agree that the assault weapon is like a bazooka or a howitzer or a machine gun. But it is. It is like a machine gun. Yes, those other weapons we talk about are used for military purposes. But machine guns were on the street in the old days, and the assault weapon is just like a machine gun. Claimed that this is an average case. Average guns used in average ways for average purposes. What is the average purpose of an AR-15 assault rifle? Its sole purpose is to fire as many shots as you possibly can in order to kill somebody. And he claims in California knife murders occur 7 times more often than gun murders. But I'm telling you, with an AR-15, you could kill 7 times as many people at the same time it takes to kill one person with a knife. So what does that crazy analogy mean? Nothing. Filed in San Diego County by several organizations who strongly support Second Amendment gun rights. And it was filed in 2019 after a series of mass shootings with military-style rifles. It was filed in protection of people who already have guns and want assault rifles, because at that particular time, they were banned by California law. And of course, the plaintiffs in this case say these particular types of guns are legal in 41 states. 2017, Benitez was the judge who ruled against the banning of magazines that held more than 10 bullets. So he is definitely pro-gun, pro-weapon, pro-destruction, and there's no way to get around that. So his 2017 ruling is still under siege. It's being appealed. And there's something wrong. There's something terribly wrong when you can view that deadly weapons are okay for citizenry to have. So that's just another thing that's terribly wrong in this country. And I'll see you in the morning. Bye.